get more on this now with Giorgio Cafiero in Washington, D.C. He's the founder and CEO of Gulf State Analytics, a geopolitical risk consultancy focusing on the Middle East. Welcome back to the program, Giorgio. Abu Agila Mohammad Masud was a long-time explosive expert for Libya's intelligence service. Do you think that prosecutors in the US have a strong case against him?
Well, it certainly seems to be the case. It was roughly 2 years ago when then Attorney General Barr announced these charges against Massoud. It seems, based on everything I have seen, that there is quite a bit of evidence to make this case. By his own admission, he played this role that he is suspected of playing in this act of terrorism, which is the most deadly act of international terrorism that has ever taken place on British soil.
Now, the pursuit of those responsible for the Lockerbie bombing stalled until after Gaddafi was ousted from power in 2011. Do you think there's a genuine desire among officials in Libya today to cooperate with this investigation?
Well, the authorities in Libya's Tripoli-based government have certainly done quite a bit to send a message to Washington that they are interested in fully collaborating on these types of issues with respect to counterterrorism efforts. Certainly, this will be something that's important to the relationship between the authorities in Libya's Tripoli-based government and Western nations, such as the United States. If there were to be perceptions of them not being cooperative with respect to these important issues, that would certainly create a lot of problems for the administration in Tripoli.
There's been a lot of speculation as to how this latest suspect was brought from Libya to the United States. Do you have any other intel that you can share with us as to how he was brought over to America?
I do not have too many details, too many specifics. We do know that last month it was reported that a Libya paramilitary group took Massoud into custody. That being said, it was certainly a surprise to many of us to receive this news quite recently about him being in U.S. custody. What is clear, though, is that this is sending an important message from the U.S. government, not only to Americans here in the U.S. about the fact that the U.S. federal government takes very seriously its efforts to hold people accountable who have American blood on their hands, irrespective of how many years or how many decades ago these acts of terrorism took place. And it's also important for sending a message to people all over the world that the U.S., along with its allies and partners, work very closely when it comes to these types of investigations, and that just because many years or many decades pass by does not mean that these investigations come to an end until the U.S. government is able to take custody of as many people as possible in connection to such acts of international terrorism.
Okay, Giorgio Cafiero, we will have to leave it there, but great to get your analysis as always. Thank you.